the start of the stream. I showed everyone the two decks that I brought to battle with today. One of them was that band tempo deck. Here's the other one. This is the deck that I'm pretty well known in the Victoria community for playing. It's just like it's high tide combo. It's basically like playing Legacy. If you've played high tide combo in Legacy, it's just harder and more complicated. So actually, I probably shouldn't use up any clock that I don't need to. Yes, I'd like to play first. We would like to mulligan this hand. One thing that's worth noting for people who are new is that typically when you're playing Canadian Highlander in paper, there's this interesting rule, the jig is up as to what we're playing, where if you mulligan, you actually get to mulligan to second 6, second 5, etc., etc. So you get a 7, then a 6, then a 6, then a 5, then a 5, then a 4, then a 4, then a 3, then a 3, and a 2, and a 2, and a 1, and a 1, which really sort of mitigates a lot of the mulliganing problems that are associated with 100-card singleton. Turn 1, Young Pyromancer, eh? Alright, well that's bad for us, but what are you going to do? I wonder what he's playing. I wonder if he's just playing like mono red, or if there's something else afoot. Did I just like consume my mana? Where did this go? There we go. Jeez. We are lagging. This is the one we're getting. Yeah, this list is really cool. It's my favorite deck in the format to play. Like, not even close. It's super awesome. The one downside is that it is a little tiny bit. Oh wow, that's bad for us. A little tiny bit time sensitive, so you do run the risk of running out of time. But it's been okay for the most part for me. I've never drawn with it. I have had like on turn 5 of extra turns, I've had a I've had like a 10-minute combo turn, but huh, interesting. Firecraft me, sure. Gross. We don't even need that much more. Like, we have this time spiral in hand. So wait, actually, what can we do here? We can go high tide. Alright, we can wait at least one more turn. But pretty soon we might just have to fire off the YOLO high tide. We really need to draw a land sooner rather than later. I don't love keeping a 2-lander, and if we had the mulliganing system where I get to mulligan to a second 6, I almost certainly would have taken second 6. But since we're on Magic Online, we got to make a few tiny concessions, and this is one of them, which is fine. I don't really have any problem with it. All right, 4 mana. What's this 4 mana play? Oh god, that's a pretty good 4 mana play. All right. Well, let's see here. I guess we just have to let this resolve. This deck plays 34 lands, but it's like I don't know. It maybe should play a few more cards for green-white tokens. Oh man, are you trying to make a budget list, or you just want to play like as good as possible, the best green-white tokens list you can possibly make? All right, we're not gonna go for it this turn. We're gonna hope he can't kill us. A bold strategy, I know, but it is the stratagem I've decided to employ. So we're at a virtual 7. Fortunately, we don't really need to use, like, if we win at 1, we still win. But burn spells could be pretty good. Okay, so probably budget. So, like, obviously you want to start with, like, anthems that are going to be powerful. So what's that, the 1/1 in Vigilance one called? It was really powerful in Standard, right? Got banned in block. Like, Mox Ruby, sure. 1 card. We might be able to beat 1 card, actually. Clunk. So Intangible Virtue, probably a good card for the deck. Basically anything that says, give your creatures +1/+1. Can he just do this twice and kill us? So we're taking 5, and then we're going to take 2 more. Take 7, go to 3. Yeah, we'll go to 3. I'm down. Put me to 3, man. Just don't Fire Blast me. That's all I ask. Land. Alright, well, we don't need the Spell Pierce for sure. The question is Augur of Bolas or Impulse? I think Augur of Bolas has got to go because Impulse can maybe find us a land if we don't get one here. Alright. Well, team, we never said it was going to be easy. Oh, God. Alright, alright. Let's float a black mana. While we're doing this. We'll return this Young Pyromancer, paying with our blue manas. And we'll untap these 2 lands. You can't go off at instant speed. It's just too inconsistent, I would say. I would love to be able to. Oh, wait. Actually, hold on. Cancel. What is going on here? Holy heck. So we could play Impulse here, go down to 2 mana, and try and find a land. And then we would have land to make 4 mana. Yeah, let's do that. We really need to hit land here. Oh, wow. Demonic Tutor is also good, but it's just not the level we're on right now. We just don't need it. We need land. So now we have land. And now we can go Candelabra, untap these. All of these, please. Untap lands using blue. Untap our lands. Make some mana. Tap some lands. And so we could Mind's Desire here, but I think the higher value play is definitely just going to be to Time Spiral. And obviously there's a world where we spiral him into something great, but the odds that we spiral ourselves into the win is also good. So now what do we have? Alright, we're going to be relying on this Mystical Teachings. We could actually Teachings for High Tide. That seems good. Is that good enough, though? So our win conditions are Tendrils of Agony and Palinchron making infinite mana and Blue Sun Zenith. So we could Teachings for High Tide, which is 2, 1, 2. So Teachings for High Tide, cast High Tide, which is another blue, which we have floating. And then we could go make mana, cast Turnabout. We could cast Kaldamine on High Tide. Recast Teachings. Think that's the line. We have this black mana too floating if we need it. We only need 2 of it actually. What else could we potentially get that might be worth doing? Gifts Ungiven doesn't work. Frantic Search is a good card. Definitely something we could think about. Meditate's decent. Highlander Eggs is a thing. It's a good deck, actually. It's pretty decent. Yep, I just want to get High Tide. Cast High Tide. Tap. Tap. Add 6 blue mana. So we can cast Kaldamine going down to 4 blue, 2 black. We can cast High Tide again before we Turnabout. Or it doesn't actually matter if we cast it before we Turnabout, right? Because we're not tapping any more lands. We can cast it post Turnabout. Okay, so yeah. Turnabout, target me. Pay with this blue. Choose lands. Untap. This is actually kind of hard to do on Moto, I gotta say. It's fun, don't get me wrong. I guess actually, so I should cast Kaldamine on High Tide now. And cast High Tide before we tap any more lands. And now we'll tap these lands. Yeah, and now we're rolling. So now we can Teachings, we can flashback Teachings with 10 mana, and now we're just looking for a way to end the game. So we could get Dig Through Time as a potential option. We could get, basically what we're looking for at this point is we either want to find Tendrils of Agony, or I modded the bot. Oops, that's problematic. Abandon him, I think, now. We could get Factor Fiction. We can get Dig Through Time. We can Blue Sun our South for like a kind of low amount. We can get Frantic Search as a decent play. We can get Thirst for Knowledge is okay. We can get Snapcaster Mage, which I don't think does anything. We can get Intuition. We have a Noxious Rival. We need a way to draw a card, though, in order for that to really work, unfortunately. Intuitioning. Like, we could Intuition for... No, it doesn't work. So, I think we can dig, and it's going to cost us 5 mana, which is a lot. But maybe that's the play. It's either Dig Through Time, or wait, we can get Muddle the Mixture. We can get infinite mana, because we can get Muddle the Mixture, transmute Muddle the Mixture for Demonic Tutor, cast Demonic Tutor, and with Demonic Tutor we could go get Palancron, and we could generate infinite mana with Palancron, but that doesn't do anything. We could Muddle the Mixture for DT, get Time Twister, but that doesn't do anything. Or Time Twister potentially does something, but it costs us 5 mana, 8 mana, so we'd only be Time Twistering with 3 mana floating, which is probably not too good. So yeah, I think I'm just gonna get Frantic Search. It sees fewer cards, but it makes more mana, and there are cards we can draw that are going to be really mana intensive. We will discard these lands. We will untap these lands. Okay, and now what we can do is we can go to 1 here and put Frantic Search back on top of our deck with this Compulsive Research. And we're going to cast this Compulsive Research now. So let's research, targeting ourselves. I know I could have kept a land for research. I realized too late. Oh, this is just value. We could do this, or I think we're just going to discard these 2 counter spells. So now tap 2 more lands, cast Frantic Search, paying 2 blue. You can see why I was a little concerned about timing. Discard this, discard this. Untap 3 lands. Yeah, you're right about me. I shouldn't have discarded a land. It ends up not mattering, but like, I shouldn't have done it. I can't cast Deep Analysis, I guess. That kind of sucks because I cast this Revival. All right, let's cast this Factor Fiction. We want to do it before we opt, I think, so that he gets less information. We're gonna take Demonic Tutor and hopefully win the game, I think. Island is obviously not a card we really care about. Actually, is Demonic Tutor lethal? We need an extra blue mana or an extra black mana, right? Because we only have 2 right now. So if we DT for Palancron, we can make infinite mana, but we can't do anything with it. Interesting. Huh. Okay. Well, I'm definitely gonna take this pile. Okay. I think I'm going to DT for Palancron to make infinite mana. This is obviously a little better when you can shortcut. Oh, or we could get Yogg-Will. Does Yogg-Will just win? Yogg-Will probably just wins, right? Yeah, Yawgmoth's Will definitely just wins the game. Okay. Let's get Yawgmoth's Will. Great. Let's cast this Opt. Put this on the bottom. Draw this Repeal. Oh, wow. Okay, yeah. We are off to the races, guys. We will repeal this. We will tap all of our lands. Play this again. We will untap all our lands. Paying 4 mana. We will cast this Trinket Mage. Paying this mana. Storm is, by the way, basically irrelevant now. Yes, use Trinket Mage's ability. Find Sensei's top. We'll cast top. Spin top. Because if we just find tendrils, we just want to do it this way. We'd rather not cast Jogwheel if we don't have to. Okay. So we can't just do it this way. So we've got to cast Yawgmoth's Will. So we'll cast Yawgwill. We'll pay with these 2 blue mana. We're going to float some mana, turnabout ourselves, pay 2 blue, choose land, choose untap, make more mana, and then we're going to cast Frantic Search. Well, I guess actually, let's cast Opt first, so that we can have a card in hand if we want to. So we'll cast Frantic Search, paying with blue and blue. We're going to draw these 2 cards. We're going to discard this and this. We're going to untap 3 lands like this. We're going to tap this for black. We're going to cast Demonic Tutor, pay with blue. We're going to get Tendrils of Agony. Tendrils you for 26. We did it, boys! Let's check the viewer count. How many viewers did we lose for me doing that? Not many. Good. Excellent. That's why this is my favorite deck to play in the format. Yeah. Yeah. Pretty good. Pretty good. Investment, is that 3 because we're at Gravestorm 3? Did we drop? I don't think we dropped, right? I'm not seeing any real drop frames right now. Let's hope not. Okay. The issue is now I have to win another game and I only have 12 minutes to do it. We're going to mulligan. This hand's close, but for the same reason as the last one, we're going to keep it. We will keep this blue to delta. Got to use more effective F6ing, I think. Good suggestion. I forget who it was. Someone suggested, I think maybe it was Jacob, suggested that I turn recording on so that we have, 3 people disagree. We lost 3 viewers? Damn it. Tyrant's choice. Torture. Torture me. Well, that's fine. We're still at 24, right? Which is great. Super awesome. 25 even. Thanks so much for... Now we go straight aggro. Well, yeah. Oh wow, that's pretty cool. I actually, like, the more I think about it, I actually think Brain Freeze, like, is a playable kill condition in this deck. The one issue is that there are decks that play Eldrazi. And so as a result, you sometimes just like randomly can't win with that win condition, and like that's unfortunate. The Tendrils of Agony is actually like, I mean, it's not completely my innovation or anything. Like I talked to other people about it for sure, but I think I'm the first one to actually play it. Oh wow, 2 great cards. Time Spiral I think is a little bit better, though Dig Through Time is certainly nothing to scoff at. But Time Spiral is really what lets us go ham. Yeah, I talked to other people about it, but when I first built this deck, the general consensus was that double black was a little too hard to achieve. Boros Charm me, Jesus. Yep. And so it wasn't the best win condition, but I found Tendrils to be better than the infinite mana generation options. Like, it's kind of, it's medium. You can definitely do either. But wow, Perforos, sure. You can definitely do either, but what I found is that a lot of people there is someone called the Grease. This is a true thing. A lot of people take like a bunch of random damage, right? Like he's taking damage from this Confluence and this Sacred Foundry, and so you can kind of like squeeze out wins that you wouldn't otherwise get with cards with Tendrils in particular. Man, Jacob looks like he's flooding a little bit, which is no fun. But yeah, there definitely is someone called the Grease. He's not actually that greasy, or anything like that, but his name is the Grease. This resolves. That's fine. Yeah, the Grease is a good guy though. His nickname is actually before my time in Victoria. I don't know how it came about. We also have someone who plays in the scene who goes by the name Scumbag. Well, goes by the name. Everyone calls him Scumbag. So there's definitely a mixed bag of characters. My blocker just got killed, which is really awful. Oh dear, we're in trouble now, team. So there's 7 cards in hand. What we don't have this time that we had last time, I'm not running diminishing returns. What we don't have this time and we had last time is High Tide in hand. We really need High Tide. So what's the highest percentage way to find it? We can transmute Muddle the Mixture in order to find Merchant Scroll, which would find it slowly. I think our best option is just pass and complicate. Either have Hardcast complicate or cycle it. I could have Hardcast the complicate on the Chain Lightning, I guess, which maybe was something that I should have considered. But I definitely didn't, and oh wow. Okay, so our opponent just has 0 cards basically. Yeah, no, Tormod's Crypt is good when you're gonna draw your whole deck, but I'm not gonna draw my whole deck necessarily. Like there are obviously times where I'm gonna draw my whole deck. Yeah, this decision to not condescend the Chain Lightning is looking pretty bad, actually. So are we dead next turn? If we crack this fetch land, we're not definitely dead. We're definitely close to dead. Mostly dead. That's definitely what we are. Cycle. Complicate, not a card I've run all that much before actually, but it's okay. Ghost Quarter my Underground Sea. That's troublesome. I mean, it's nice that it gives us an island, so if we draw something. Okay. Island? Okay, well, we're going to play this Mishra's Bauble and pray. Basically is the line for this particular turn. Man, he is just flooding so hard. So we're getting hit for 4 this turn, going to 2. We don't have any real way of dealing with it. Yeah, Demonic Tutor finds High Tide, but A, it's not great against the onboard Ghost Quarter that he had, and B, it's too slow. Like if we had been casting Demonic Tutor this turn, I guess like maybe it would have worked, but put this island into play. You will note we do not in fact play Mystical Teachings. Yeah, it's too slow. We're dead. We don't play any swamps. And now he knows that, which is a shame. In retrospect, I was probably supposed to transmute there for Merchant Scroll. I think I would have had just enough time to Merchant Scroll and get to do a Spiral Tide, like a High Tide into a Time Spiral, which maybe would have been enough. But great, this hand's really good. It has a way to find High Tide, some interaction for early game. We don't have a huge number of combo pieces in our hand right now, but the deck is basically all combo pieces. I think I probably should be. I didn't buy it to put it in here, but it's probably worth playing. Like any swamp island is definitely going to be worth consideration, and we play so many basics. Inquisition of Kozilek. So he can take our Force Spike or our Arcane Denial. But that's all he can actually take. I think to deny information, I'm going to Force Spike this. It's possible he takes Arcane Denial if he has a play that he can play around Force Spike with. So we might as well just use our Force Spike now. And as I say, it hides information. This is the other secret axis this deck can win on. Whoops. Is Back to Basics can just totally lock people out of the game. Which, you know, is potent. Yeah, we're definitely missing viewers. People are slowly leaving because of the terribleness that is High Tide. Thoughtseize. Let's Arcane Denial it. I actually now have something I want to protect. So, what do people think of this deck? Is anyone just, totally appalled by its existence? I know some people are really not fans, but my roommate who is sitting next to me is one of those people who is
masturbatory bullshit.
yeah, he's not as big a fan as one might be. So we drew Island for the turn. That's actually a good draw. It occurs to me actually, so he's missed his land drop. So maybe letting him draw 2 cards is like bad in that sense, but we're now gonna lock out a bunch of his lands. So you don't play these colors. Well, we'll play a deck that plays your colors soon. You're not sure what to play in Highlander anymore? Yeah, High Tide Storm is a fun one. There's also Regular Storm, which is pretty good, but it does involve a Black Lotus, so it's a little harder. Wow, we're actually really close to just going off. We have Palancron plus Brain Geyser, the actual combo. So by teaching Zing for High Tide, we're really set up. Yeah, 100-card singleton combo, and like particularly like density-based combo like this is, oh wow, the hard counter is hard to play for sure. It's not an easy deck, but feels really rewarding and fun. I don't know. That's part of why I like it so much. So in order for Palancron to go infinite with 1 High Tide, you need 6 lands in play, because with 6 lands they make 12 mana, and the Palancron cycle costs 11. With multiple High Tides, you obviously need fewer lands. We are going to use up, quote unquote, our Underground Sea here, because finding High Tide is just like so high value for us. Call to mind. Is that enough? Bounce Underground Sea, eat the Swiftspear. Yeah, that's an option too. It's not a bad line. We might not eat the Swiftspear is one of the risks. So if we High Tide, no. We don't have an untapper. We just need to draw a land or 2. I guess we could call to mind something else. There's maybe an argument for that actually. Like, should we maybe just call to mind this Arcane Denial? That seems okay. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna go shields down. Well. Yeah, it's bad against hand attack spell, but he's played Thoughtseize and Inquisition already, so the only ones left in his deck are like presumably Duress and like maybe he's playing something else, but I think it's exactly Duress that we're playing around currently, or that we're playing into currently. And I'm down to lose to exactly Duress. Goblin Glory Chaser, cool. That's definitely a sweet option. So I'm from Halifax originally. I went and lived in Victoria for a year actually. So, but now I'm actually back in Halifax, which means I don't have live Highlander to play. Turnabout, is that lethal? We're so close. Turnabout is not lethal. Sad day. All right, we need some lands. But Leftover Name is one of the few people who's played some Highlander out here with me. So pretty cool guy. We do have to worry a little bit about clocking out. Oh wow, Spike Jester. Yeah, let's denial that. That seems fine. If this is an elaborate bait, he got us. So we're going to take 2 here. And that's going to get Renown, but that's okay. Put these triggers on the stack. We are drawing him closer and closer to more lands, but we're also drawing to more lands, so I think it's okay. On balance, like, a land is better for me than it is for him. Okay. So we now have lethal set up next turn. Or maybe we even just had lethal. Alex has said Alex is really busy right now with I don't think he is here anymore, but Alex is really busy with like desert bus stuff right now. I talked to him earlier about potentially playing on stream at some point, and he basically said like he would more or less, but he doesn't really have the time. It has menace. Okay, well I'm just gonna declare no blocks. Island. Okay, so let me go through the permutation, make sure this is lethal. High Tide, make 8 mana, cast Palancron, untap these 6 lands. Make 12 mana. Yeah, it's gonna be really slow, but that's okay. Yeah, after Desert Bus, I think he sounded as though he would be amenable. Um, okay. I might just tell Jacob that I have Brain Geyser in hand in order to try and accelerate this for your guys' sake, though, you know, this is another reason why this High Tide deck is not the easiest to play. Is that, you know, making infinite mana on Magic Online is actually challenging to do. Um, so, like, we're gonna run out of time, but Geyser, lethal. But yeah, excellent, excellent. He just conceded. That's awesome. So yeah, in paper, obviously that's faster. But in paper, obviously that's faster. But that's the